So the next problem in today's bucket from Medium is convert a sorted linked list to binary search tree. The problem is very self-explanatory. So we are given a linked list which is already sorted, and what we have to do is convert it into a binary search tree, but that should be balanced. And by balance, what do you mean is the difference between the depth of two subtrees, right, should not have difference more than one. So it's a very generic definition of a balanced tree. Like if you have these trees like 0, -3, 9, 10, and 5, each node, let's suppose this one, has a balance difference of 0. Everything is 0. There's no child. So it has balance difference 0. It's a valid balanced tree till here. Now coming to -3, you have one left child, 0 right child. So it's still having a balance property fulfilled because the difference between the left and right child is 1. Same goes for these two nodes and the 0. So 0 has a maximum depth of 2 from left hand side. On right hand side, it also has 2. So your root is also balanced, right? This tree entirely at each perspective, as each node's perspective is balanced tree. So same thing we have to do is to convert this sorted list into binary tree now, binary search tree now. Any approach, ideas?
Yeah, actually, binary search tree is simple. Like we have to find the middle element, and then recursively we have to call for left subarray and right subarray to be created. Like that is the first approach, but that works like quite well with arrays. But this is a case of linked list, and to find the middle element here, we have to like traverse the linked list and find the middle element, because we don't have any index based access in this case. So that we can achieve here.
How will you find the middle element for the linked list?
Straightforward, like brute force approach would be to no, one approach is to pass the linked list twice, to traverse the linked list twice. In first pass, we'll calculate the length, and in the second pass, we'll go till n by 2, the length by 2.
Okay.
In
So
that way,
now
we can
suppose the linked list is very long. Is there a way we can do it in a single pass?
Yeah, to do it in a single pass, we have to have 2 pointers. One will take, basically one is slower pointer and the other one is fast pointer. Fast pointer will take 2 jumps and slow pointer will take 1 jump. And till the time we'll reach the end by the fast pointer, we have to check whether the next element is null or the next is null. So if this condition breaks, so our slow pointer is at middle element. So
Correct.
this is the approach. Yep.
So what will be the time and space complexity for this one?
To find the middle element here, the time complexity would be O of n, and space would be O of 1 constant space. We are not using any space here. Auxiliary space we are not using, we are only traversing. So this will work in O(n) time.
How would you create that tree? Will you not use any intermediate stack, like even the function stack?
Okay. Apart from this finding middle element, the existing problem, yep. To find the middle element and then call recursively for 0 to mid -1 and then mid +1 to length.
Right. And how much space would it use?
Recursion would like implicitly stack would use O of n, like what would be the height log of n that it will use, I think. Extra space, that stack will be filled.
And from the time complexity point of view?
From time complexity point of view, it will take linear time O of n. because
Okay,
we are
so
visiting each element once, and
okay, so you're visiting each element once, but at each level you're also trying to, linearly check for the middle element, right?
so that becomes n square. Yeah, that becomes n square, I think. Yep, that is.
Anyone else? Everyone thinks it's n square.
I guess it would be, we can use an array also and just, yeah, we can store the elements in array,
Mm-hmm.
and then the time complexity would be big O of n as we are visiting each by computation, each element once.
Okay.
So the time complexity would, space complexity would be big O of n, and time complexity also would be big O of n.
Right. So that's what if you convert it into a array, right?
Yes, yes. And by indexing, we'll be going to the middle element of the, we'll be doing it recursively, I guess.
Right. And the approach that we are discussing till now, what will be the time and space complexity at that time?
What would time and space complexity? The
If
we aren't using any array or something.
no, if we are directly converting from sorted linked list into a tree,
Into a tree. Okay.
right?
But
Sure.
how would we going to the middle element actually? Because otherwise we'll be just reshifting the elements of the arrays.
Yeah, that's what I think we're just discussing.
Yeah, I
For a
think
linked list.
I think that we we know the size of the linked list, right? So let's say if we know the size of the linked list and we build the tree or node from left to right, then we count the number of nodes we build. So by the time the count equal to length over 2, we know that node is a root node.
All right. So let me share my screen. I think I'll help to understand, explain what he's trying to say. So we have this array, right? Linked list. Correct? If we can do one pass and find the number of elements, we know there are 5 elements, right? Your first element will be at index 1, your last element will be at index 5. Just assuming that there's index from 1 to 5. Now we know where middle element will be. It will always be at, right? So middle element, which is 3. 5 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 3. So third index will be your middle element, or the third position element. You can directly take this 3 and find the third element, right? And then everything before that and everything after that will become your left and right child, right? Now, if you are doing it a left child, or going on to a left child, your head or left child will have indexes from 1 to 2 only, and your right hand side will also have from 4 to 5. But now let's remap this problem to base condition. Now your head in this condition will be something pointing to 1, but when you go to the right hand side, your head will change to 4 and 5, right? I'm just passing the head of the linked list also to the next iteration so that they can understand from where to start. Now coming here, this one is 1 to 2. We can remap this 4 to 5 index again to 1 to 2. And we again know if we divide 2 plus 1 by 2, which is essentially 1, we know the first row index will be our next root. So we can take that one, right? So this one, this will be our root, and the remaining part will go to the next level. Is this understood? So what we are doing at each level, instead of solving the problem for bigger linked list, let me just change the values. So 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, and 16. And these are indexes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what I'm doing is essentially when I'm at here, this position, I'm just trying to find out what will be the middle element for this one, right? Now I know it will be suppose 3. I'll take this one, set it up as root, and now I need to know what is my left child and right child, right? I know I have to process 1 to 2 index elements here, and I have to process 4 to 6 indexes here, right? When I was processing this part, I knew the head was at the 5th position. Now coming to the left child, what I'll do is I'll again pass this array, but now I'll say I have head at 5 and 7, and then there's something which will never reach because I'm already only processing 1 to 2 elements, right? And for the right part, what I'll say is there's an array, its head is this one, right? 4th element. So you have 12, you have 15, you have 16. There are some before that, but this function which is going to get processed, it will never have reference to anything before that because the head pointer will start from here, right?
Hello.
Is this okay till now? Yeah.
So you are assuming that you have a 2 head pointers, like a head 1 will be a start from 5 to 7 and head 2 will be a start from 12 to 16, or it's the same pointer?
It will be 2 different pointers, right? So assume a function which does what? It just takes the head and finds the root and then calls itself again with the new points. So your input state will change every time. Your head will change, that will give you a new. And what additional input I'm saying it, you have to only process 1 to 2 elements for creating. So essentially, even if you pass this entire array, the effective array for calculation will be only this part. Right? And if you go to the right hand side, I have to just, for some way, I have to make, make this part of function believe before this one. And how I can do that is just point the header to this position. Yeah, there's no way a pointer can go back, right? Linked list cannot do back traversal. So for this part of the function, the linked list is this much only. Does it make sense? So effectively what we are doing is, starting from this header, this part is going to process only two elements. And starting from this header, this one is going to process 1 to 3. If we normalize this or, re-index this to 1, it is going to process 1 to 3rd element, right? And we again know if we have only 3 elements, 1 plus 3 by 2, second element in this will be a root. So I'll set up 15. Anything which was starting from this node. Just give me a second. So going from this initial index, I can directly go back to what is pending, like 12. And whatever is my root, the next pointer to that will go into the right one. Now, when I am processing this one, I can see there's only one element and that will be the only root. I don't have to process any further. Same goes for the left part. I'll take 1 as the root here. Left one will also pass the same pointer, but it will pass the number of indexes to process as 0. Because we are at the first index and there's nothing before that, right? There's no element before that. So it will pass and there will be nothing created. Now from the right hand side, we'll have one element, which is 2, 2, right? This indexes will change from 1 to 2 to 2 to 2 because I'm just processing that one element. And now it will create a 7 here and all the tree is complete. Does this make sense? Any questions here? Or any other approach anyone has tried?
So what would be the complexity of this?
This approach, right?
Yeah, it should be something related to log n.
Right. So let's see how many elements we are processing at each level, right? share a bit so that you can see it. Okay, so we have 10 here, and then we have 5, 7 in this side. We have 12, 15, and 16 on this side.
Yeah.
And then when I'm splitting it again, I have 5 this side. Oh, sorry, there's no element here. I have 7 this side, right? And then coming here, I have 12 this side, 16 this side, right? So once here, I am doing the n by 2 scan.
Which is log n. So,
No, n by 2, because if I know the length 6 by 2, to find the middle element, I need to scan it. It's a linked list, not a array,
Yes.
right? So I had to go by n by 2 element times. Now let's assume this size is n by 2, and this is also n by 2. That will be the worst case, if just one element is removed, right? Now this will have to do an n by 4 scan here, and n by 4 scan here, right? The length in by half.
yeah.
And this will be a geometric progression, right? And it will tend to 0, right? Now, can we calculate what will be the number of elements here? So essentially, worst case scenario will be, we'll be comparing each level and have those, all the n elements be compared somehow. If there's only 2, we'll have n by 2 this side, n by 2 this side, n by 2 this side, and then calculate for n by 2. And this will be done twice. So it is essentially n by 2. Now here we'll have, at worst case, we'll have one element here, one element here, one element here, one element here. So the number of times we are splitting, like it will be n by 4, will also create that many branches, right? So we'll have n by 8 into 4. So again, n by 2. So at every step, we are doing n by 2 computations. And we know the height of this one will be log n. Right?
Okay. Even after splitting it into multiple branches, we are doing n by 2 calculations at each level. This is what you are implying.
So at first level, when we know the length is 6, to find the middle, we have to traverse n by 2 elements, right?
Yeah.
At when we have length as n by 2, how many times we'll have to iterate to get the middle? N by 4, which is
N by
essentially n
4.
by 2 divided by 2.
And there are 2 subtrees.
Right, and there are 2 subtrees, which will essentially give us back the n by 2 as the value.
Okay. Yep.
Right? At every step, we'll have n by 2, n by 2, n by 2. And we know how many levels it will create, because it's a binary search tree. It will create log n number of times, right? So we have log n. So n log n, again, the time complexity for this one. Right? And from the space complexity point of view,
it's still a recursive solution, so it will take that stack and it will fill log n elements into that. So O of log n.
right? So we have this binary search tree, log of n, which that some maximum height will be the stack space that it will do, function stack space it will use, right?
Because we are implying that it will be a height balance tree, so we can't consider the case of skew tree. In that
Right.
case, it will
That's
be
what we have to
worst case.
create. That is why we are trying to position it the middle element as the root. Right? Otherwise, we can use this array and create n number of trees from this. We can use this one as root. We can use this one as, every one of those can be a root, if we are not concerned about the height balancing.
Okay.
And they will all be a valid binary search trees. Right?
Hey Puneet,
Yeah.
I would like to also offer another way to look at time complexity, just to, like, it may be useful in other scenarios. So
Sure.
what we essentially are doing, suppose Tn was the time complexity for the overall problem, because we had n nodes. We do 2 things. We do a O of n check to figure out the length. That is one task we do. And after we perform that, we reduce the problem in 2 halves. So we can solve Tn is almost equal to O of n plus 2 into Tn by 2. Is that clear? If you can write it, maybe it will make sense somewhere. So if you erase or you find a space where you can write,
Okay, so
wouldn't take long. So
I
yeah,
can try.
yeah. So write Tn is equal to 2 into Tn by 2, because now we have two problems of half length, plus O of n because we were calculating the mid element, and we know that we are going to do it for height is like log n times, right? So basically, if you derive this, eventually you will have same complexity, time complexity, if you are familiar with how to solve these simple
So
equations.
this, yeah, so there's something called as Master's theorem in, calculating task time complexity. So that essentially deals with these kind of recurrent solution, how you can find the final complexity for this.
Yes, yes, that solves a lot of problems. This is a simpler one, so you can just exactly do what we just did. But this is a very common one, so just by looking at it, you see that we are halving at every level. So, and we have such log levels, so clearly n log n. Yeah, that was alternative way to derive that. That's it.
Okay. Thanks, Roger. Any other approach, any other ideas, thinking process for this problem? I know there was a very interesting way of solving this problem in one of the discussions in the code, but I have not gone through it. It's something based on in order traversal. Probably if you get time, I will share that link and just go through that. It's, I think, in the solutions already, not in the discussions. That's a very interesting problem to play with all the indexes.
What did they use? Sorry, I didn't get a chance to look at it. What did they use?
So they were, trying to simulate the. So it was something like if you have 1 to 5 indexes, and if you try to simulate a in order traversal, you will know the next left or 3 will be the root here, and you will have 1 to 2 elements here, and 4 to 5 elements here. Now let's go back again here. If we split this one, divide by 2, you will have 1 comma 1 here, and 2 comma, will not have 1. If you make 2 root here, you will have 1 comma 1 here. Now, when you reach at this stage, so you are in the leftmost node, leftmost root, right? There's only one element. So at this time, go ahead and use the first element from the linked list.
Oh, I see.
Create the node. Now you'll come back here, right? And then now you have traversed everything on the left. In the in order traversal, this will be the next node that needs to be created. So take the second element and create this one. And then for the remaining ones, just process the right side. So when it's back from here, you will definitely have all the, node pointer penned to something, which is going to be the next element.
So this
So
is O
instead
of
of
n, I
actually
guess.
taking the, yes, O of n plus again, the space complexity will be log of n.
Right, right. Good, good. Nice.
Instead
Yeah,
of
this.
actually taking the array and taking it out, we know the property that binary search tree will produce an in order traversal which is sorted. So
Yeah.
we are trying to just simulate that in order traversal using indexes.
Right, right. Thanks. I will take a look. It's a very nice way.
Yeah.
Can we have the solution somewhere?
So this discussion, this one which I'm, which we're discussing right now, it's part of the solution of the on the LeetCode problem.
Okay.
It's I think the third or fourth solution, third or fourth approach for solving this problem.
Okay. Is it in the discussion part or the solution part?
Solution part.
Solution part. Okay.
Okay, if there are no questions on this, this problem, we can move ahead with the next one. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to the last question for today.